Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. I'm your host, the PokeGamer. In the last episode, we finished off a couple of routes that we kind of failed to explore through our journey through the Hoenn region. And today we will be hopefully finding our first legendary, and depending on how fast we find it, if we even find it, you know, we'll move on to the next legendary and so on and so forth. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a Pokemon that has a decent level but not higher than level 40. What the hell? I said switch, thank you. And you also want to have it in your lead. You also want to make sure you're in an area that has really low level Pokemon. And to find it first, you kind of want to do this as well. Use a repel in an area that has a lot of low level Pokemon. But again, don't make sure that you're not using a Pokemon that's level 41 or higher. 40 is what you need because Latios or Latios will appear at level 40. Once you've seen them, you can go to their Pokédex entry that you have, and it'll show where they are. As you can see, they're currently under Mauville and above Slateport. The second that you decide to change routes, he will move, and we're going to do basically the same thing we did in HeartGold, Soul Silver, where we're going to just change route. So the route changes, I think, right here. So once we do that, you'll notice. Then once we go to his area thing, he has moved. He's moved all the way over to, I think, Route 130. So basically that's all you're going to have to do in order to find it. Once you actually find it the first time, is you're just going to need to go back and forth between a route and watch as he moves. Now, something interesting about this game, there is a chance that they'll get stuck. Thank you, Ricky. How are you? Yeah, great. Your Zigglin's amazing, you know, whatever. Anyways, back to Latios. Sometimes they can get stuck. As you saw, he went back to 130. I think the route, like, right next to Pacific is actually 131. So, I mean, watch, he might actually just end up going there again. He went over to 129. Okay. In my first attempt at recording this, it was 9 minutes in, and he kept appearing over by the tower and Route 123, which is directly next to this area, basically. Quite literally this area, because down here is Route 118, I think, and if you go over that way, it's 123. And there's no grass if you go that way, so you're kind of screwed. So, I mean, watching him go over to Route 123 over and over again is kind of annoying. Now he's back over at 129. Believe it or not, it might be easier to just go after one of the other legendaries. This is ridiculous. Like last time he wanted to stay on land, now he's going only on the sea. Weird. Oh great, now he's over at the tower. I swear to God, Latios, if you go to Route 123... Nope, you're still at the tower. That's interesting. You're not gonna be there for much longer. And here we go again. Literally, that is Route 123. That is not this route. Don't think that it's this route. It's directly next to it. You will not be able to find it if you're on this area and you try to go east, because there is no grass there. Not for you to get to. He did this to me the last time I tried recording this as well. He's literally down here. Literally. The second I move down here, he's in this area, but not anymore because I just stepped here. As you can see. I kind of want to just, use the speed button for this because this is going to take a while. Outside of, doing whatever. I mean, I guess we get to just sit here and talk. Whatever. How was your guys' day, One of those cool stories. See, the first time was easy to find him because all you need is something that's lower than level 40 or exactly level 40 in an area that you can repel and make sure nothing appears. But after that, you have to find him by going through all the routes and all that shit. Like, sometimes you're even better off just running around randomly and hoping that you find it, because banking on it to just appear in the one area you want it to appear in is kind of a pain in the ass. Part of the reason why I chose this is because the next thing that we need to do after this is go north to the weather center and talk to someone there in order to find our other legendaries. But again, like, Latios doesn't want to cooperate. So Latios, be kind to me. No, stop being on the sea routes. What is fucking wrong with you? My finger's literally on the speed button right now. Didn't want to do that. Be here. Route 119. No, you little bitch. In all honesty, I want to find this thing ASAP because I already have my strats for this or the next legendary we're going to be going for, assuming that it is the next legendary, because it's not guaranteed. Like, I think the order is randomized, and yeah. By the way, that is like the largest area that you can find him in. Well, there's that one too. I'm so tempted to fly there, but if I do, it's just gonna waste time, and I'm not gonna do that. You know what, YOLO. I'm gonna call him out on his bullshit. Nope, he moved. What I meant by calling him out on his bullshit was the fact that sometimes he goes back and forth between areas. In case you hadn't noticed, he went from one route that was immediately south of what's it called, Moss Deep, and then he went over here around the Sootopolis area, and then there was, you know, back to Route 127, whatever. So I mean, yeah. So I guess we'll fly to Mauville. Alright, where are you? You're kidding. And then we change route, and guess what? He's probably not here anymore. I guess you're on like 123, or, you know, really? Sad part is I shouldn't be checking it here. Well, that's interesting. Change route, come on, show me. Yay! Right next to Mauville. Wait, what have we learned? Okay, let's call you out on your bullshit again. If you notice that he goes back and forth between areas, you might want to try and go to those areas, just because, you know, as you notice, he's staying around Mauville for some fucking reason. Okay, that means I have a chance of moving over to Route 18, or well, 118. And having him be here. We've got him. Okay. So now what we're going to want to do is go down here. Where is it? Max Repel. Now he is definitely on this route. And in case you hadn't noticed, I did use a repel and everything here is lower level. Looky who we found after 10 fucking minutes. Okay, now, you ready for the most amazing strats ever? I actually do not need the Master Ball for the rest of this Let's Play. Latios is something that likes to run away, in case you hadn't noticed. I mean, it ran around the entire fucking continent. So, I mean, you know. I think the fastest way to get to the Weather Center, or Weather Institute, or whatever the fuck it's called in this game, is by doing this. I also am kind of curious to see what the nature is of this Latios, so Unfortunately, we will not be able to get to the next legendary in this episode, but I mean, whatever. And I may need surf depending on what we're going to be dealing with. So, docile, it could be a hell of a lot worse. I mean, whatever. Not competitively going to use it, so I guess I should change up my lead, huh? Let's go with, oh yeah, we need that. Metal Hulk might be our lead for the next legendary, assuming that, you know, assuming that it's what I think it might be. Can we stop driving into the walls? Thank you. You love eating wall, don't you? Anyways, for the next legendary, we need to kind of come here. Now, this isn't just one legendary, this is two. So, kind of keep that in mind. You'll probably understand instantly just by the fact that it's the Weather Institute. But I mean, you know, apparently a drought has been recorded over 114. So, really quickly, let's do this because you need to do this very fast. Route 114 is over here. Okay, so now we know where to go. We're going to get the hell out of here and move as fast as we possibly can. And the reason why is because, guess what? If you don't, you're going to miss your chance. What this means is you need to move fast enough or he'll disappear. So we're going to try and go as fast as we can. Technically this is a very close area and there's only 2 areas on this route that he can actually appear. So, as you can see, there's a lot of sun. This should look very familiar, considering, you know, the world was ending and all that other happy shit. One of the 2 areas that I believe that it can be found, first one is here. And I do have my repel up, so that's still a good thing. And it's not there, so I know where it's at. It's faster to just surf. Fuck. Thought I had my repel up. Okay, you know what? Fuck you. There it is. Look at that. We got to the cave before it disappeared. And I don't think there's any Pokemon in here. Other than, you know, what we're going to be encountering. So, in case this doesn't look familiar to you, our next legendary is going to be, in fact, Groudon. Now, I'm going to kind of cover a little bit of a pre-thing here. My strategy is, in fact, going to be using, what's it called? Metal Hulk for this. The reason why is because it's one of the only 2 Pokemon that can learn Taunt. I don't want to do that. I want to get rid of Protect. The reason for using Taunt is I don't remember if Kyogre has it as well, but I do know for a fact that Groudon does carry the rest, which is kind of annoying. If he tries to rest up, you will not be able to lower his health, and then you're going to be sitting here for a very, very long time, and you don't want to be doing that. Its other moves include Fire Blast, Solar Beam, and Fissure. So the way this next battle is going to work, and I'm not going to do it in this episode obviously, but I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. I'm going to lead with Metal Hulk and taunt it. I may try to get some damage off because I know that it can take a hit or 2. I might Earthquake it, I might Double Edge it, I don't know. Probably Double Edge, but whatever. Something to get some damage off because I know I'll live the first hit and then I'll, you know, either I think I'll outspeed too, I'm not entirely sure. But once that's done, I will be switching into Altaria because it's unaffected by Fissure. It resists the Solar Beam and the Fire Blast. I think it resists as well because of the part Dragon typing. And it also has Natural Cure, so if it happens to get burned, I'll take a little bit of burn damage and I can just switch out and, you know, do whatever. I can also sacrifice off like Magneton if he goes for the Fire Blast or something, and then bring in Relicanth to use Yawn. Assuming that it doesn't get fucking, you know, Solar Beam, because, you know, 4 times weak to grass, but I mean, whatever. So yeah, basically that's how the strats are going to work for this fight. So, I mean, yeah. And the second you walk, like, directly in front of him, he walks up to you and the battle is immediately started. So I recommend, like, if you want to save and, you know, get a good nature or something, you kind of do it now. Just saying. So yeah, anyways, without further stalling out the rest of this episode, in the next episode we will be catching Groudon, and hopefully, depending on how fast this works, we will be getting Kyogre as well. let's kind of hope. I mean, I was hoping I would get Groudon as well in this episode as on top of Latios, but I mean, whatever. What can you really do? So yeah, in the next episode we'll be catching Groudon and hopefully Kyogre as well, and then we will be one step closer to ending this Let's Play and moving on to our next Let's Play. So until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.